Today we are going to discuss Indian Biodiversity Act 2002. This Biological Diversity Act was for the first time it was recognized in 1992 under the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. It is a framework convention which was signed in 2002 and it came into force in 2003. This biological diversity means that is living organisms which are prevalent on the Earth planet. This biological diversity may be a variety of living organisms. In this variety of living organisms, that is variability in species and their subspecies. For example, that is plants, animals, living organisms from all sources, either maybe territorial sources or maybe marine sources or aquatic life. For example, plants, animals, birds, algae, bacteria, fungi, and these are what is called as biological diversity. This was laid down in 1992 with the object that is conservation of biological diversity, which is destroying or extinguishing from the earth or from the atmosphere, and that is sustainable use of these biological components and fair and equitable sharing of benefits which are arising out of this biological diversity. Because these biological diversity or what is I said, it is a living organisms from all types of sources. These are considered as the assets of the nation and they are having tremendous economic value. But due to expansion of agriculture, industrialization or urbanization and large scale of development projects like dams or using of industries, that led to the destruction of these biological diversities and exploitation of this biological living organisms. And for that there is a threat of these species in the economic system. In that background, that is in 1992, it was the convention which was what is called as framework convention was laid down. In order to, this convention laid down certain rights and obligations of the state parties with regarding to scientific, technical and transfer of technology and cooperation. These are to be developed at global level, regional level as well as local level. Then in order to pursue this international convention, that is Indian Parliament has passed in 2002 what is called as Indian Biodiversity Act 2002. That is, the object is that is conservation of biological diversity which are destroying from the planet Earth, or the sustainable use of these components of biological diversity. Components in that may be the parts of the plants or animals, or that is what is called as genetic resources or byproducts. These are the things which are to be useful, to be protected not only for the present generation but also for the future generation. For example, with relating to herbs and medicinal values, what we are observing as a COVID-19, that is Ayush Bharat. In that it is given that the herbs or the medicinal plants which are available, those are to be used now to get more immunity. Like that is 50% of this what is herbs or medicinal values, those are available in the Earth planet. But now it is due to this urbanization or using of these project works and agro industries. In that way, there is a destruction or what is called as a threat to the environment. In order to protect that, this sustainable use of these components were laid down as the object. Then that is to be protected not only for the present generation but also for the benefit of the future generation by using, that is, transfer of technology and cooperation among the state parties. Then other rights which are recognized under this act are this 2002 act are that is sovereign rights of the states. That is, each state is having sovereign right, that is supreme and independent right to make use of the biological resources which are available in its territory and to access this genetic resources subject to the national legislation and it is a mutually agreed between the claimants as well as the authority, and respect and protect the knowledge of the local people who are having the traditional knowledge, and to secure the, it is what is called as sharing of benefits with the local people as conservation of biological diversity. Means the local peoples are the what is called as indigenous peoples who are having a traditional knowledge over those biological diversity. Those are to be protected and to be preserved for the future generation. And with the object, another object is that protection and rehabilitate the threatened species. That is, what are the, for example, that is sea turtles or gorilla which are that is threatening from the from the Earth planet. In that way, those are to be restored back. That is the one object. Then involvement of the institutions like government in all the sectors like that is panchayats, local governments, then municipality or town planning. In that way, these are all to be coordinated, or to be that is involving in implementation of this Biodiversity Act. That is what is called as there is a Biodiversity Management Committee. Through that, which is the committee which is established at the lower level, means in local level. Through that, that is a register is maintaining, and through that register, that is what are the natural that is biological diversity resources which are available, that is to be registered, and that is to be given information to the, that is what is called as National Biological Authority, NBA, and State Biological Authority. That is what is object. Then what is the importance of this biological diversity? Why biological diversity is to be protected? Because in India, that is these biological diversities are what is called as different types of living organisms are having more tremendous value or economic value. For example, that is in India is rich in tropical rainforests, in that is wetlands, or that is what is called as grasslands, or the alpine cold deserts. It also includes number of millions of races and subspecies, and local, that is variants of species and ecological process. For this, that is, for example, in India is rich in natural resources, because, for example, that is neem trees, neem leaves are which are using as a, that is medicinal value, and they are having that is using for the pesticides or for the worms, which is called as a farmer's friend, vegetables and fruits which are using for the, that is flavorings, cinchona tree bark, that is the bark of the cinchona tree, which is using for the chloroquine tablets. What now we are observing that hydrochloroquine tablets. Like this, that is India is rich in this medicinal value, and how we are observing that these are the tablets which are that is exporting to other countries. In this way, India is rich in that is medicinal value, or what is called as that is biological diversity, or living organisms. Then, for example, extracts of jasmine and lavender, which is used for the scent, or for henna for the hair dyes, tulsi as using as an what is called as medicinal values, and that is trees using for the that is manufacture of musical instruments or boats or any other use. For example, rubber, tire and footwear which is using fiber from leaves, just like cloth, that is cotton cloth, or silk from the silk cocoon. From there, that is silk cloth is making. Like this, that is India is rich in these biological diversity, that is living organisms, and it is rich in flora and fauna. For that, that is, it is all to be protected and not to be completely used off. That is completely to be exhaustive in this generation. For in order to protect and preserve these biological diversity which is available on the Earth planet, these are to be protected for the future generation. In that background is the Biological Diversity Act was passed. Next, that is here in this there are three institutions which are that is given access for the use of biological diversity and their components. Under that, that is these are the authorities, means National Biodiversity Authority, what is called as NBA, a state board, state biodiversity board, and biological management committee. These are the three authorities in this act which are that is having the that is authority to govern this biological diversity which is available in this territory. That is what is the constitution of NBA, or it is called as a National Biodiversity Authority. It consists of, that is, chairman and other members. That is a chairman, ex officio members, and that is other non-members, as well as the persons who are having the experience and knowledge in the conservation and sustainable use of this biological diversity. Then what are this is the state, that is the constitution of this NBA. Functions. The functions of this NBA is that it is this NBA, or what is called as National Biodiversity Authority. It regulates the access for natural resources, for that is for foreign nationals or the institutions or companies, or it can make certain what is called as restrictions for the access of this, it is biodiversity. But it will be available for this for the that is Vaidyas, local peoples or indigenous for their livelihood. And this transfer of technology or research or for finding of any of foreign national, it imposes certain what is called as guidelines or restrictions. That the national board, it imposes procedure on and guidelines to govern how to govern these it is natural resources or biological resources which are available, and conditions will be imposed to secure equitable, that is, sharing of benefit. How the whatever that is natural resources which are available, those are to be used by sharing between the climbers, that is the local peoples or the individuals or the indigenous with the authority. It imposes certain conditions. Then it also imposes certain that is conditions on the foreign nationals and others in accessing the, that is they have to take the permission from the NBA for access of this any of these natural resources or biological diversity for the purpose of research or for any other purpose. Then they have to take the approval from the NBA. Then NBA, that is, it coordinates the activities of State Biological Biodiversity Board and that is Biodiversity Management Committee by providing with them technical assistance and guidance. Is the second function. Then NBA advises the government in conservation of biological diversity, how to conserve, how to preserve those biodiversity, that is activities which are available, and that is sustainable use of its components, like that is the barks of the tree or the leaves, how to use those. That with regard to that, it gives guidelines and select the particular area as a heritage of mankind. It is that is it is in which places those natural resources which are available in rich in places, those will be selected and notified as the areas of biological importance and heritage sites. Then it can also deal with the state biological board, biodiversity board, that is with matters relating to access of biological resources to the individuals for for common purpose and restrictions upon imposed for the violation of any objectives laid down in this act. We'll go with that is State Biodiversity Board. That is already said. Biodiversity is nothing but it is the variety of species which are found on the planet Earth, and these species, there are different types of species, either maybe territorial or marine or maybe that is aquatic life. They are all their bio resources and byproducts will all constitute as a biological diversity. But due to this rapid expansion in agriculture or industrialization or for the purpose of mega projects, these biodiversities are the species. These are destroying and extinguishing. In order to protect these different biological resources, for that Indian Parliament has passed in 2002 the Act, Indian Biodiversity Act. Now we'll go with what is the constitution of State Biodiversity Board? What is its function? That's yesterday we have discussed that. That is there are in this Biological Diversity Act there are three authorities in order to regulate and to protect the biological resources which are to be used in the manner of conservation, conservation of these biological resources from threatening or from destruction, and sustainable use of these biological components, that is those are to be used not only for the present generation and also for the future generation, that is to be maintained. Then that is whatever these resources which comes, there is availability of these resources, for that the benefit claimers as well as the conservers, they have to share equitably. Then now we'll go with regard to that Indian biological diversity is having the object. Then it is SBB. Now we'll go with what is SBB, State Biological Diversity Board. It is a constitution and powers and functions. It consists of, that is the State Biodiversity Board, consists of one chairman and other members, and this SBB, that is State Biological Diversity Board or Biodiversity Board, is established in state by the state government. Then what are they? That is they are the members. It consists of one chairman and members who are having the knowledge in the preservation or conservation or the protection of biological resources. They are having experience and knowledge in that. Then what are the powers and functions of the SBB? That is State Biodiversity Board advise the state government in conservation of these biological resources. Biological resources already said, it consists of plants, animals, species, and birds and other living organisms which are ranged from amoeba to big animal. They are all to be conserved. In that conservation of these different species which are extinguishing or which are under threat, those are to be conserved. Then sustainable use, that is SBB advise the state government how to make use of this biological resources. As I already said, that is these are the biological diversity resources. These are having economic value and medicinal value, and they are considered as assets of the nation. For example, that's what we already yesterday said, that these are having the medicinal value. That is what we are now observing. That is with regarding to COVID-19. That is the cinchona tree. From that bark, the tablets, that is hydrochloroquine tablets, that is chloroquine tablets are manufacturing. In that way, these biological diversity resources are to be preserved. For that, that is the SBB advise the state, that is state government, how to make use of that biological resources which are available, and those are not to be completely exhaustive in this generation, and those are to be protected and preserved for the benefit of the future generation. Like those resources are using for the purpose of economic development, as well as those resources are to be used not to make degradation. Otherwise, that is while making any economic laws or any developmental laws at that time, that is decisions are to be considered with regard to the protection of environment. This is what is called as sustainable use, or what we are already discussed, precautionary principle or polluter pays principle are to be observed and to be taken into consideration. In that, that is this SBB advise the state government. Next, to selection of heritage areas or sites. That is this SBB advise the state government in regarding or in considering the that is particular area as for example that is Silent Valley, where that is a number of or most of the medicinal plants are available. Like even in Karnataka, that is what is called as Siddhar Betta. In there, that is these are the medicinal values which are available, and those are economic values, or that is herbs or medicinal values which are that is plenty of growing. That is to be notified and to be selected as heritage areas or sites. In that way, that is SBB advises the state government. Next, this SBB regulates the exploitation of biological resources. In what way it regulates the exploitation of these biological resources for the purpose of a commercial exploitation? That is this SBB regulates the Indian citizen or the Indian company or the corporate bodies and that is association who are registered in India. That is, they have to take prior permission from the SBB in exploitation of these biological resources. That is, they have to be prior intimation is to be made to the SBB for the access of these biological resources. Next, but this regulation is not applicable to the Vaidyas or indigenous people or local community who are using those biological diversity or resources for their livelihood. They are exempted from any that is restrictions, because they are using only for the that is livelihood, not for commercial exploitation. Then that is it is also restricted. It is also restricted in with regarding to that is endemic and endangered species. That is SBB made impose certain restrictions in exploitation or in making research with regarding to endemic and that is endangered species. Those are the species which are at destruction, at the crossroad of destruction or that is extinguishing. For that, those are to be protected. For example, that is white tigers or gorillas, like that. Certain categories of species which are at this time they are threatening and they are extinguishing. In order to protect those, certain restrictions are imposed on the researchers or any other persons. Then that is restrictions also imposed by SBB. That is the persons who are causing likely adverse effect on the livelihood of the people who are living in the, particularly for example in forest areas or what is called as tribal areas. That is the tribal peoples who are that is depending on the forest as their livelihood. They should not be caused like such effect on these on that restrictions are to be imposed by the SBB with regarding to use of biological resources. Then, and also that is it also imposes certain conditions, that is restrictions, that is any act which is causing adverse and irrevocable impact on the genetic erosion. If there is any loss of genetics, in that way, if it is irreparable damage to that genetical groups, in such way that is it is restricting not to make use of those that is species for commercial exploitation. This is the function of SBB. Then we'll go with what is called as BMC, Biological Management Committee or Bio Management Committee. This Biological Management Committee is one of the authority with regarding to Indian Biodiversity Act, because it is a one authority which is established at the local level, and these are established by the local bodies within their areas. For example, that is local bodies like corporation or the that is a village or the hamlets in that area, that is these BMCs are established. Then what is their function? Their function is that is they are under mandatory obligation that to conservation of biological resources, sustainable use, documentation of the that is biological that is diversity or the different species which are available in that area. Those are to be required to maintain a register, what is called as PBR. That is what is called as PBR. That is Public Biodiversity Register at the local level, and also that is they also that is maintained, it is a mandatory to maintain that is register for the cultivators. Who are the cultivators in that with regarding to particular maintenance of species, or what is the knowledge which the persons are having with regarding to breeders of animals, that is what the knowledge which is having by the local peoples of folk varieties and other that is knowledge which is having by the local peoples. To that extent, the BMC has to maintain register what is called as this PBR. This PBR, what is called as it is a public register PBR, that is a public biodiversity register. It also maintains that is it contains regarding the details of the access to the biological resources, that is traditional knowledge which is granted, the fees which is maintained, and details of the benefits which are derived, and mode of sharing of those that is biodiversities or traditional knowledge and associated knowledge. This is the register which is maintained, and the purpose of maintaining of that register. And this register also contains that is the fees which is maintained by the BMC, and they are authorized to levy charges who are falling under that within the territory, within that jurisdiction. And then these BMCs are that is funded by NBA, National Biodiversity Authority, and State Biodiversity Board, and other that is a fees which is collected by the BMC with regard to the fees collection of these that is the cultivators or the breeders with regard to the exploitation of biological resources, and other funds which are made by granted by these or will be used by these by the BMC, that is BMC. And this biological management committee is also advised by this NBA and SBB in exploitation and maintenance of this that is biological diversity, and how to maintain the register with regard to the particulars of the information and perform which is by the advised by this NBA and SBB. This is about the constitution, powers and functions of the SBB and BMC. Equitable sharing of benefit and biopiracy. What is meant by equitable sharing of benefit? Equitable sharing of benefit, it is the traditional knowledge which is acquired by the local peoples or the community from generation to generation, with regarding that is either the knowledge in Ayurveda, Siddha, or any medicinal that is values, or the that is uses of vegetables, or cosmetics, or dyings, with regard to other like curing of diseases, like that knowledge which is possessed by the local people or the indigenous. These are the knowledge which are acquired and owned, managed, and created by the local peoples from a long time. That gives right to the generation to generation who are having the that is the knowledge over that particular medicinal values, and these knowledge is considered as a property like any other that is property, like IPR, that is what called as intellectual property rights. Like that, here also the traditional knowledge is also considered as the it is a incorporeal property, and these are also having that is economic value. These traditional knowledge which is acquired by the people is having the that is the impressions of the cultural or the that is innovations which are known by these people. Then this knowledge is to be shared by the between the persons, that is with the conservers as well as the benefit claimers. That is conservers means because that is what I said already. There is a NBA or SBB or BMC who are the authorities with in order to permit for access of the biological resources which are available in that territory or in that nation. For that is a NBA or the SBB. They are the authorities in conservation of these biological diversities, and those knowledge, traditional knowledge, that is to be shared between the conservers and benefit claimers. Benefit claimers either maybe the individuals or maybe the institution or maybe that is community which are having the specialized knowledge with particular to some herbals that is values or the medicinal values that is which are having that is economic value. And these benefit sharing may be either for monetary consideration by payment of some certain money, or maybe that is non-royalty, non-monetary otherwise. That is, for example, that is a royalty, that is some sort of money is to be given to the persons who are having the knowledge of these that is biological resources. What is the use of those knowledge, that is the biological resources? For them, so some certain money to be given by the authority, and that is otherwise that is the research results are to be informed to those peoples. In that way, that is what is called as benefit, that is the knowledge or the benefit sharing, that is to be equitably, that is to be shared between the persons, conservers and the benefit claimers. That is equitably means that is by payment of these that is in terms of royalty or the money to the locals or the persons who are having the knowledge of these that is biological resources, the use of biological resources, and that is how that is the authority which is that is intended to conserve those. That is to be equitably, that is sharing means just and equitably it is to be shared between the persons. Then how much is to be determined? How much is to be paid to the benefit claimers? It is to be determined by the NBA or SBB according to the proportion which that is which the availability of the biological diversity and the money which is that is or that is money earned by this knowledge. That is what is called as equitable sharing of benefit. Next to biopiracy. Biopiracy means, in ordinary terms, it is called as infringement. Infringement means that is which you are already known that without the consent of the person who is having the knowledge, without their permission or without consent, if any person make uses of that knowledge for the purpose of commercial exploitation, there it amounts to biopiracy. Then what is this biopiracy according to this act? According to this act, that is biopiracy means unauthorized use of these biological resources. That is without the consent of the, for example, local Vaidyas or Hakims or the community which is having that knowledge over that. Without their consent, if any person make use of that use of biological resources, then it amounts to what is called as biopiracy or infringement. Again, if any non-citizen or Indian citizen without the prior permission of the NBA or SBB, if they make use of that biological resources for commercial utilization, that amounts to biopiracy. Second, then the non-Indians that is our institution who is transporting that research relating to the biological resources for monetary consideration to any other place or to any other person without the permission of this NBA or SBB, it amounts to what is called as infringement. Then we'll go with this case laws with regarding to biopiracy, with regarding to turmeric, neem and Hoodia cactus. That is with regarding to turmeric. That is the use of turmeric, which was known in India from time immemorial. Even everyone knows that what is called as turmeric. Turmeric is a plant. The plant is which is belong to a family of ginger. Like how the ginger is a plant, like that this turmeric is also that it is using for the spice. Now everyone knows that that is this turmeric which is using as for the food eatables, which gives more immunity with regarding to that COVID-19 what we are that is suffering for that. It acts as that is a boosting for the immunity. It is used, this turmeric is using as a that is medicinal or that is cosmetics or the color dye. Then the use of turmeric was known in India from time immemorial. But in 1995, that is US office, that is a American office, granted patent. Granted a patent to the one office, that is what is called as on use of turmeric in wound healing. A corporation, that is a company, MNC company, it was given as a patent. USA has given patent, right, for the purpose of wound healing. That is this turmeric, the powder will be used as that is what is called as anti-surgical, or that cures the wounds. For that is Indian Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. That is, they opposed the grant of patent and they proved that the use of turmeric, which was used it was used and it was that is published by Indian Medical Association in 1993. For that is US Patent Office came to know that the use of turmeric powder, which is already used in India from time immemorial. For that there is no novelty in granting patent. For that it revoked with regarding to that patent. That is the turmeric, which is acting as a biological diversity and using as that is medicinal value. Then neem. Neem also, everyone knows that neem leaves or neem that is leaves are using as that is pesticides, and it is a medicinal, and it is also using as a fertilizers. That its oil is used to treat cold, that is flu and other that is and also other use, and this oil also used in that is in soaps. That is even in now we are using everything in neem with regarding to, for example, toothpaste. Like this, neem is acting either as that is a pesticide and a fertilizer, and that is basically it is a medicinal values. With regard to this neem oil and neem leaves, that is European Patent Office granted patent in 1994 to the US corporation for the method of controlling fungi in plants. This was the patent, that is the right which is granted by European Patent Office to US corporation. In 1995, a group of international, that is non-governmental organization and Indian farmers, they opposed for that is for granting of this name as for the as a patent for US company. And that again, that it was in 1990 that is European Patent Office considered that it is not having any what is called as novelty, or that what is that is a name which was invented. It is not newly invented, or its use was already known in India. For that, that it is not having deserving for the patent right. And again, it was that is the European Patent Office was revoked in 2002, as there is no inventive step which is adopted or adopted in this, that is in this patent with regard to name. What is amount to biopiracy? Next, Hoodia cactus. Hoodia cactus is a plant. This the leaves of this plant was using by the tribals in South Africa as a as to suppress the appetite and thirsty whenever they go for hunting purpose for long time. But this was a use known by these people. So it is what is called as a tribal peoples who are in South Africa. The South African scientists patented this Hooda's appetite suppressing element. That is, it suppresses the appetites, hunger and thirsty. This was patented by South African scientists in 1995. They have given license in 1997 to UK, that is a biotechnical company, one leading pharmaceutical company. They acquired right to develop this Hoodia cactus as a potential slimming drug. That is, it makes the person as a thin, and it cures the obesity. And for that, that company, pharmaceutical company, got royalty and huge payments. But when this came to the knowledge of these San, it is a tribal people who are in South Africa, they thought that this knowledge of them that was exploited by this South African government for the purpose of South African companies they are using, and for that they filed a suit against this Council of South African Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. And as that traditional knowledge which was acquired by these tribal peoples was stolen by this the company. For that here CSIR failed to prove the requirements which are required under the Convention on Biological Diversity Act 1992, because under 1992 Convention on Biological Diversity, it is the obligation made on the institution, that authority, before taking any knowledge of this traditional knowledge from the peoples, they have to take the consent from the local peoples. From the local peoples are the persons who are having the knowledge, including the discoverers, original discoverers and the users. In this way, this South African CSIR failed to prove that they have taken the consent of the stakeholders who are having the knowledge and the original users. For that, in 2002, there was an understanding taken place between these tribals as well as the South African CSIR, governments. It said that their rights were recognized, and they will receive the what is called as sharing of benefit for the future generation. This is about what is called as biopiracy. That is violation of the rights of the indigenous people, or the person who are having the knowledge over that, or the persons who are that is holding that knowledge in curing certain diseases, or that knowledge over certain basis. For that they have to give, that is what is called as equitable shares in gaining the profit. This is about Biological Diversity Act 2000.